And Happy New Year, everyone. Woohoo! It is not January 1st. It's past that, but you can still say Happy New Year. At least that's what I was told. Welcome to the Beating the Market YouTube channel. I'm Scott Welsh, and we get together once a month to talk about trading systems, and we're going to do exactly that. But I've been thinking a lot about it, and what if we did this a little bit differently? What if we had sort of a brand new take on all this YouTube video stuff? All right? We'll talk about that in 1 second. But first, I'm going to talk about a lot of numbers in this video. As usual, these numbers are meant to educate you. They're not from live accounts. They are from testing. I try to do testing well, but it is from testing. And of course, importantly, past performance does not indicate future results. Okay. I start 2022 with a question, and it's on the screen. What if? What if we stop doing this typical dance, right? And what's the YouTube dance, especially in the trading industry? It's I'm going to try to throw some dazzling marketing tricks and some sales techniques, and I'm going to try to pressure you or trick you or do something to you to get you to buy something, and right? It's just this adversarial me versus you type of thing, right? But what if we did something different? What if it wasn't me trying to trick you? What if we were on the same team, right? What if we work together as well as this stock internet photo people do, right? Look at those. Look at how well they're working together, right? I wish that we could work together like that, right? But instead of me trying to trick you and then you in return feeling abused and taken advantage of and you trying to steal anything back from me, any particular tips or anything, little tidbit you can maybe just squeeze out, instead of this, and you see it in the emails, you see it on the videos, you see it in the webinars, everybody's trying to like get one over on each other, trying to steal the bike and leave the tire, right? What if we changed all that, okay? What if we were on the same team and we're trying to put together a way for regular people to make money? Nay, not just make money, not just make money though, but to beat the market, to do better than index funds. What if the internet had a useful purpose, which I believe it still can, and that we work together where I brought you ideas and things that may work, and then they actually did work, or they led to something that really worked? That's what I'm thinking about in 2022. So we're going to start this year off with free systems, right? I got 3 free systems for you today. Why am I giving away free systems? If they're so good, then why don't you trade them? Well, I will trade them if they're so good, right? But the point is that first point is I regret not trading these for many, many years, first of all, but the point is that I'm going to try to give something out, and I'm going to try to be accountable for it. We're going to track this thing all year. We're going to find out why it works, why it doesn't work. We're going to try to find answers, right? Because there's a bunch of people with a bunch of conversations while we have this trading fight of give and take. And there's like, well, you can't optimize it, you can't do this, or nothing ever works, or trend following systems don't work, or old systems don't, right? There's all this talk. Well, why don't we track something and build something and see if we can make it work? And not only make it work, let's beat the market. Let's beat an index fund every single year. Let's make a small corner of the internet where we get together and either A, my ideas are perfectly great, and we just trade them, and yay, everybody wins. All right, give you an idea, give you the background, you make it better, you share it, and then we all win. All right? What a crazy idea, right? Well, first, let's do the moving average crosses. Right? You like that little head fake back and forth? That was nice. Nice work by me. Remember, we get the production of a third grader. As great as the information is, and the information is so great. Let's find out. Background of these particular systems, though, is that I have a feeling in the back of my head that old systems are the best systems. The things that have been around the longest will stay around the longest. And yes, I have other systems that I trade that are more complicated than this, but I'm wondering if that's just silly, if timeless old systems are really the way to go. Thus, I bring it to you. Thus, we're going to track it and find out. Okay, now, this particular system, the first one we're going to talk about, is the moving average cross, and this has been around forever, literally decades. I want to say hundreds of years, and I believe it's true. People have been trading moving average crosses, and they continue to do so, right? And this is one of those systems. Now, I did optimize this a little. I know, but that's what we're trying to find out, is a little bit of optimizing a bad thing. All right, here are the details. Yikes. That's a lot of writing. Did you know that to make successful viral YouTube videos, you cannot put a lot of writing on the screen? Anyway, all right, here are the details. Ready? 30-minute chart. That's what we're trading it on. 30-minute chart. It's moving average crosses. It's version 2.6. That's the robot that I built to trade this and to test it and to bring it to you today. It's for the pound yen only. Now, in this dance that we do in trading world, we like, oh, does it work on another pair? Does it work on this? Does it work on that? Does it work on different time frames? I don't know. That's not what we're talking about. We're not discussing all that. Quit trying to change the subject. Sorry, I yelled at you, you imaginary person. This is just for pound yen. It's just for the 30-minute chart. Now, if you want to make it better and put it on something else, and contact me and smash the like button. I can't even say that in fake. If you even in jest, if you want to put it in the comments or email me, even better. Either one, though. If you want to make improvements on this, please do so. All right, but let's get through the system as it is. Enough. For long trades, price must be above the 200 period simple moving average. What type of average? Simple moving average. For short trades, price must be below the 200 period simple moving average. Okay, got it? Easy. Now the entry. If price is above the 200 and the 40 simple moving average crosses and closes, it has to close. If it closes, then you get in on the open of the next bar. If the 40 simple moving average crosses and closes above the 50 simple moving average for longs, it's a trade. If the 40 is below the 50, then it's a short trade. Now, you can see how this lines up, and you'll see it in the trade we talk about. The 40 will be above the 50, which will be above the 200. That's a long trade. 40 below the 50, which is below the 200. That's a short trade. Long target, 150 pips. Long stop loss, 150 pips. That seems ridiculous. Can't have the same stop and target. Where'd you get those numbers? Well, don't talk to me like that, first of all. Second of all, this is all from testing. I told you I optimized. So if you wonder where I got these numbers, it was either from an alien transmission or from optimizing. It's from one of those two. Is there a break even on the long trades? No. Short. Wait a second. You have different settings for long and short. Yes, I do. I believe that the long and the short parts of the market are completely different. If you think otherwise, then take my ideas and make it better, and then share it, and then we all win. 1,000 pips, though, is the profit target. 350 pip stop. Basically, well, I'll save that for a second. There is a break even on short trades, 100 pips. No break even on longs. There is a break even on short trades, okay? 100 pips in profit, you move to break even. If you're trading this manually, then you'd move it. You'd move your stop, literally. If you're using automated software like me for this test, then it just does it automatically. There is a timed exit for long trades, 980 bars, it's done. Trade's over. If it hasn't hit the target or done what it's supposed to do, if it hasn't been stopped out, you're out. Now, the short trades only have a 60 bar, 30 hours, right? 60 half-hour bars is 30 hours. So you see what we've done here? We're basically not using a target or a stop on short trades. We're just letting the moving averages take us where they want us to go, right? We're basically going to exit after a day, about 30 hours. So this is basically like a day trade that doesn't happen within a day. But if it moves super fast, then we'll take it. But it's a wide stop. It's trying to exit, and hopefully with good momentum. Okay? Hypothetical returns using one full lot. In 2021, did pretty good, $4,200. Now, what size account did I trade it on? That is up to you. For this particular research, I did a $50,000 account, which isn't that great of a return, right? But it's something. However, if I were to trade this live, I like to be a little more aggressive. I would probably trade it on a smaller account. If you traded it on a $10,000 account, well, that's phenomenal. So that's something that each trader would have to decide. I can't make that decision for you, right? But keep that in mind. From 2003 to 2021, hypothetical returns, one lot's $174,000. So it does work over time, at least according to the hypothetical testing, right? It's a pretty good number, if I do say so myself. Let's take a look at some trades while we're here. Look at this trade right. This is January of 2022, very recent trade. The red is the 40, the yellow is the 50, cyan is the 200. The 40 is above the 50, is above the 200. It closes, open the next bar, you are in, and this one immediately dropped. This system is the worst, but then it's come back, right? I don't know what's happened. This was ended January 7th, so I don't have the updated. I'm just giving you a trade example. Oh, but one's not enough. Let's do another. The red is above the yellow, is above the cyan. You get into the open of the next. This one also did poorly at first, but it ended up being a profitable winning trade that hit the target. Hey there, welcome to the video. My name is Scott Welsh, and for the next few months, we're going to do an education. And hello, everyone. It's Thursday, and it's time to talk about some robot trading. We're starting a little bit late today, and it wasn't even my fault. Isn't that what losers say? It's not my fault. Well, I'm saying it's not my fault. What do you think of that? Because I was sitting here waiting for GoToMeeting to start this, and it would not. But if you're watching this on the recording, you don't even know that. So why did I tell you? I'm Scott, and we're going to talk today about the Heron. I just released a short-term day trading robot yesterday. It's, of course, it's a robot. It's discretionary. It's everything. But we're also going to add just a little bit of devil's advocate at the end of this, too. So, but first, we're going to talk about the Hornet and some interesting things that you may or may not know. And I assume we're going to get through this quickly. If you want to ask some questions at the end about the Heron or anything else, we're going to take some time out for questions also. All right.
And okay, good. All right, here's the website. I'm going to close down my little screen there, and we're going to get started. All right, that's my website. Sometimes I refer to it at the beginning of our webinars. I did put up a new fair value page. I offer a fair value course. It is near and dear to me. As I've said many times, it's probably my favorite way to trade. So why do I put all my money on it if it's my favorite way to trade? Well, you can't use big trade sizes. That's really the only drawdown. Oh, play on words, because you also get drawdown, right? The drawdowns can be bigger. They almost can be infinite, right? When you trade without stop losses, things can happen. You get into trouble, and honestly, you don't know if trouble's ever going to end. With fair value, you kind of know when it's going to end because you're trading towards fair value. But anytime you trade without stop losses, it can be scary and you can be in stuff for a long time. I tried to make this course where it's so darn picky that we don't just get into trades willy-nilly. And people have actually complained, oh, it doesn't trade enough, right? Well, there's a reason for that. We're trying to stay away from the drawdowns that last forever. All right, so there's your 2-second update on the fair value. But there is the fair value page. So you want to talk about it right now? No, we're not going to. We'll do it at the end. Tough noogies. We're going to talk about the Heron. And what's the Heron? It is a day trading system. You may have heard me say that. Now, the big question is, why am I releasing this? Why? You need to know the why behind everything. As an up-and-coming trader, the one thing that frustrated me more than anything is someone who may or may not know something about trading, and I assume they did because I was there paying my money, that felt like they weren't telling me the whole story. I've always felt that. Yes, you're making money, but could I really do that? What extra thing, right? You read famous trading books. I've read books about people that I really, really like. And I've looked at the systems that they talk about, and they don't exactly work that way. Have you ever felt that? Have you ever been frustrated by that? I remember Alexander Elder's first book, and I've even recently tried to code one of his old strategies. And gosh darn it doesn't work. The book, it works. It doesn't work for me. Why? What extra? What are you holding back? Well, that's bothered me forever. And I wanted to try to make something that you would get everything. Like there is no secret, right? I wanted to be just so transparent. So that's really a huge issue for me. I wanted that to be accomplished. And the Heron, after researching, has been my vehicle, right? I want everyone to be able to follow along, and I want you to have all the information. No secrets, right? That was a huge, humongous thing for me. Think about it if this works, right? How cool would that be? I mean, think about how exciting trading is, and it's so exciting for me. How cool would it be that you go to a seminar or you read a book and it goes exactly the way the person said it would go? I mean, gosh darn it. Oh, that just pumps me up. Right? I spent 22 years in tennis, and I'm being immodest, but almost everything went exactly the way I said it would go. I was very, very proud of that. Maybe if I'm proud of anything, I'm proud of that. If I said a student could achieve this ranking, they did. If I told a college team we're going to win a championship in 3 years, we did, and so forth. I want trading to be the same way because that would be so awesome. So I wanted to talk about something, and then I wanted to see if it would happen. And in a kind of a crappy way, I want everyone to see if it doesn't happen. And I want to know why it didn't happen. And I want everyone to know why, or you won't know the why, but you'll be able to see the how. This isn't working. This system isn't working. And what am I going to do about it? And I can't wait to try to figure out why it didn't work and try to fix it. Like I'm actually excited about that. Is that crazy? Right? I love having tennis lessons where people are all screwed up. I love that. I love figuring out why stuff isn't working. So a part of me would be absolutely ecstatic if it just works the way the research says it was, right? Obviously, that's great. But I'm actually perfectly excited about figuring out if it doesn't. And I wanted you to be able to follow along with me. Have I said it enough? I wanted to be transparent. Furthermore, I want proof. I have so many axes to grind with this trading stuff, right? I want to prove that day trading can be done. I want to prove that robots work, right? There are people say that robots don't work, which is ludicrous, but I want to prove it. And I want to prove you only need one thing at a time. I want to prove you can focus and have it work. That you don't need some complex algorithm. You don't need Portfolio Maestro where you plug in all the different trade sizes of 100 different instruments and you figure out what one thing, robot, right? Or, and again, I use that in quotes. Can you see me doing quotes? When I say robot, this system is tradable discretionarily. And I say it a bunch of times in the course. But you need to trade it like a robot. So when I say robot, I mean, yes, literally a robot. Or trade it discretionarily, following the rules 99% of the time, and being a trading systems trader, being a human robot. And then, as I say in the course, possibly even doing better. Could a human do 99% of these rules and do better? How? Well, could they take that target out a few more pips and make more money? Could they cut the loss, right? Instead of getting all the way to a stop loss, could they cut it out 5 pips early? Could a human make those calls and do better? Now, I love robot automated trading, yes, but I would love for someone to do better than me. I say it all the time. So I would love for a human, I would love a human to trade like a robot and have it work better, or I'd love to just trade it automatically and have it work great too, right? So these are my axes, and maybe there are a few more axes I've got buried too. Bury the hatchet, bury the axe, right? But I want proof, and I want it to be public, and I want people to follow along. As I said, yes, this might fail, right? But I'm really excited about doing this out loud in public, right? And I will work my brain off. Ooh, that's kind of weird. I'll work my brain to the bone. That's also weird to make this work. Okay. So if you paid money and you bought the course, understand I fully intend that this will work. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be on it like flies on stink. to make sure it works right. Okay. A couple other things if you're curious about the Heron, the cost. Initially, I was going to make this an all-for-one. You just buy the course, add up the robot cost plus the cost of me making the course, and just add it all up, one price, and include the robot. I was going to do it that way, but I didn't. Two big reasons, two monstrous reasons. Um, Not everyone can trade the robot as is, and that's kind of a problem. You need GMT minus 5 on your server. Who offers GMT minus 5? Oanda does. That's where I trade, okay? You log into your account and said, what server would you like? And it says GMT minus 5, and I pick that, and everything works properly. If you have GMT something else, GMT plus 2, GMT whatever, because the Heron only trades a very specific time of day, only a 5-hour window, how does that window translate to another part of the earth? Well, I've tried to put it in the code. I spent 8 hours on it and couldn't figure it out. Now that I'm coding a little on my own, I'm just going to try to figure it out again, but I can't figure it out. You need to trade this window to get the same results. You trade a slightly different window, the results won't be the same. We're trading a very specific time of day with a very specific set of traders who also trade that time of day. So if you have a server that's different than GMT minus 5, I'm not recommending trading this robot. Trade it discretionarily. But if you do, then you can buy the robot. So I'm going to make a big price. I'm going to make a $500 price tag or whatever. And now you can't even trade the robot? Well, that's not good value, right? Plus, I get discretionary traders who email me, right, who want to trade systems but want to trade discretionarily. I get those emails. So why am I making them pay for a robot they won't use? So you with me? You figure out what I'm doing? I only want you to pay for what you want. So buy the course. That is for discretionary. $99, just for discretionary, okay? That's everything you need to be a discretionary trader. You shouldn't need a single else darn thing. But if you want to trade it and you want a robot and you want one already done, then I have one. You want to code it yourself? Fine, do that. More power to you. That sounds great to me, right? So that's why the split prices. 99 bucks for the course, $3.99 for the robot. I did code this one myself. This robot took a fairly long time for me to do. You add in all the research time, and it's a little bit more expensive than the others because it costs me more time. So that's the reason. So that's where the costs come from. But just curious, just because we're talking here, I mean, what is a good price for these courses, right? Everyone says, well, $1, right? Well, first of all, we're going to do
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Hello. Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello. Hello. Hey, why I'm not visible in the webcam? Webcam is completely stuck. I mean, what is happening here, by the way? Hello, hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. not getting why my microphone is working live, but my camera is not working. What the hell is going on? Sim2, I don't have anything. So let's video capture device. Okay. That's good. Integrate the camera. Okay. That's nice. And now I will get the thing. Yeah. That's pretty nice. And I got relief from that. Yeah. So we got the device existing. Okay. Boom. Okay. Now we can get back to where we were. Yep. No, it's good. It's back.
Do a talk or a blog post on, do you really want stuff for free? I mean, what do you really think? If I gave something, if I was a trillionaire and I gave this away for free, what would you think? I bet you $1 you'd think, well, this is cheap, this is garbage. Who would give away something good for free, right? I think that, right? But, furthermore, I do want to get paid for my time, right? I don't think, I get paid for the amount of time I've spent, what is it, I get paid like $1 an hour or whatever for a lifetime membership or something like that, $2 an hour? But anyway, so what's a good price? Well, I try to keep it reasonable because I want people to be able to afford it. I don't think those are big prices, but just think about this. If this robot goes the way research says, and it turns 10,000 into 50,000 fairly shortly, or 10,000 into 1.9 million, which I've actually done the fun little research, hypothetical research, right? If it turns 10,000 into 50,000, and you spent 99 plus 399, I mean, it's a pretty good deal, isn't it? You made 40,000, but you spent 500. I mean, is that a good deal? I mean, my goal is that this provides an income stream into the future with me watching it and correcting it as needed. I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, feel free to email me and tell me I'm a jerk, marketer, whatever you want to call me. But, I mean, I just feel like, this is a decent price for something that I put out working and trading myself for a long time. What if you use it as a retirement vehicle, right? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I might, right? If it makes $10,000 a year for 30 years, like this, if the Heron is my retirement vehicle, and I talk about that in the course, by the way. I mean, it makes 10 grand a year for 30 years. I mean, is that worth $500? So again, these prices, a lot of thought went into these prices. I feel like they're fair, but I'm open to all suggestions as long as they're positive and not jerkdom. I'm open to anything that's positive and smart. So feel free to email me. Okay. Here are a few more points I want to make. How this is going to work, right? Well, this is live, right? It's on MyFX book, and I'm not going to talk about it, but I was very, very down on MyFX book, very skeptical, didn't like it. I like it right now. Right now, I like it. It's doing my results perfectly. I was worried about that. I don't feel like anyone can break into my account and cause havoc. I feel confident in that. So I feel real good about it right now. That may change. It might go public somewhere else. It might just go public on my own website. But right now, it's on MyFX book. I give the link in the course. I think I gave the link. If I didn't, you want the link, just ask me. I've given it a bunch of places, and I'll give it as many times as I need to. So it's going to go live. We're just going to see what happens, right? And periodically, I'm going to come on a webinar and talk about it, right? Oh, it's going great. Here's why, or here's what's happening. Right? It's mediocre. I need to make some changes. Here's what I've done. Or, yeah, it's in a drawdown, but it's perfectly in line with everything, and we're just going to plug on, right? I'm just going to talk about it. So this is going to be an ongoing research project, and we'll talk about it hopefully for many weeks, months, years to come, all right? Now, my goals for this robot, this is important. I want to put up big numbers on this, right? My own money. I'm starting small, and I'm going to add money to it every single month. I'm going to keep going and going and going. But I want the returns to be big. So trade size is going to be higher, and I'm going to accept a max drawdown higher than you may like. I'm willing to go up to 50% on this, okay? So follow along, but you don't have to use the same trade size, right? If it goes well and you want to get involved, you say, I want to do what you do, fine, do that. But also, you might want to cut it in half or more, right? Do not have to, you understand, I'm going for big numbers on this, so you don't have to, okay? Just FYI for your information on that. All right, so why do I believe in this? Well, let's talk about it, right? Let's go through some numbers. Here are the tests I ran. This is just on a small trade size, right? So you can see small numbers, but you can see total net profit at 69.44 since 2003, I believe, with a max drawdown of only $300, right? That is a nice risk-reward ratio. I'm very comfortable with that profit factor. In my robot world, 1.2 and above seems to work well if you get a lot of trades. 1.6 is perfectly fine avec moi, with me. I was French, don't know why I said that. Love the amount of trades, 26, over 2,600 trades. Oh, I just adore that. It is the most often traded robot that I trade, right? It trades the most. I have the most data on this one than anything I've been